certainly a noise that was just made on the stream, I imagine. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Scratchy Puss. We scratch that gimmick itch. My name is Ebeck, and I once again want to welcome and thank you for joining me here tonight, where we're hoping to have some great fun and frolics as we're playing once again some Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. And it's great to be back. And of course, I'm not alone. I of course have my regular cast of compadres. I don't know why I used that particular word, but yeah. Oh, that's the wrong channel. That is the wrong channel for what I want. It's already going swimmingly well. There we go. That's the boy. That's the one. Hello, everyone. And so my name is Ebeck here at the Scratchy Post. And on Saturdays we have a thing called See Voices, where I gather my friends and we put our voice acting talents to the various characters within that game. Joining me tonight we have Burr.
Quotes and talents.
Quote unquote talents. Burr. Case in point. Drifting.
I don't think I can. Don't worry about it. My way out of this one.
We also have Kay.
Hi. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh.
Laura.
Let me do that sound again for you guys.
Oh, the mistress of the sound effects. And Lemming Russ.
Coming at you live from the bottom of the ocean.
And of course, at the end, we have the man who's currently encased in gold himself, Professor Divot.
I am gold, always believe in my soul. You got the power to know I'm indestructible. Oh, fuck my arm.
It's reattached. It's fine.
That's true.
Hi.
I didn't want a muffled scream.
That's fine. That's fine.
There's been a lot of that already.
Yeah.
I don't think Layton wants to either.
No.
That's fine. So I'm now going to bring the stream up. So I've now put the music up to 60%. Hopefully that's not too loud. It doesn't drown us. 60% power. Power. All the power.
She's got, Captain.
Give it all she's got, Captain.
60% power, Captain.
Take
It's all-
60% of the surplus power and divert it into the audio systems.
It's always 65% shield. It's okay. So I imagine, yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be.
This is Layton.
Yeah.
No, not Layton. Sorry, Phoenix.
Not Layton.
The
I was
other-
saying
the other
Layton.
lead. The other
I mean,
lead.
you can read it as Layton.
It's gonna be a lot of screaming.
And be like,
Layton, Lemming. It's like that's what was in my head.
just all that.
How's the audio there then, Lemming? Now that I've turned it down a bit.
I think the music was quite loud.
I just turned it back. I just turned it down. So
Cool. Alright, I will double check. Yeah, that's better. Okay.
cool. Let's go.
Also, I mean, music in the opening screen with the title is always like twice as loud as the game.
Yeah.
There is that. Right. Shall we get started?
Yeah, sure. Go.
This is it. Maya's trial. We were finally able to make some headway in this case.
I like he says that like it's the first trial she's been on. It's like, you know.
Not just that, but I heard the pause of him figuring how to pronounce
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
No.
no. Let's not throw Lemming under the bus. This was.
You know how stupid I am. Come on.
Oh God, Maya's in trial again.
No. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I like the dialogue is written like this. Is it Maya's trial? I'm like,
Again.
yeah, again.
Ah,
Yeah.
shit. Here we go again.
Maya's trial.
Why has no one done a gif like that of like JC inside the courtroom with Maya as the defendant? Like, oh shit, here we go again.
Just Phoenix,
Definitely
like,
has.
honestly.
Yeah, no.
Definitely has.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we spend 5 minutes on the first line of the stream.
I have nothing but good feeling about this.
Seems like they're trying to accuse her of that other incident too. We're dealing with one tough customer. The real culprit is a witch. That much I'm certain of. But the question is, who? I think I know the answer.
Do you think?
I fucking don't. The butler did it.
With the
John
candlestick.
Greyerl. What?
With the candlestick. That's Bryce the butler did it.
Yeah. For some reason, it always brings me back to it was Professor Plum in the study with the ginster's pasty. And nobody will get that unless you know the comedian I'm talking about.
I know
If
the
they
game,
think I'm
so-
gonna let them take Maya, they've got another thing coming.
Nice Bill Bailey reference.
The expression is stink, not
That's-
thing, for the record.
Was I right, Lemming? I don't know if I was right. I'm pretty sure I was right.
No, it's the one and only Joe Pasquale, the squeaky-voiced goit.
Oh, because I've heard Bill make the reference to Guinness's pasty. Anyway, carrying on. We're back into the cross-examination. The last time we were here, we had a familiar face show up. Let's put it that way. Let's do the right maneuver and just start pressing everything.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you saw him alive at 1 a.m., is that correct?
Yes. Master had a habit of conducting his experiments at night. This was the usual time for me to finish my work.
Weren't you helping him with those experiments?
He would sometimes have errands for me, but alchemists generally keep their experiments a secret. That's why I would always excuse myself at that time, unless Master had some other tasks for me.
Who was
Oh, are we going back to-
with?
I believe
I
you
think
were
it
hot
was
potato.
you.
Yeah, you. I'd given up. I was passing it to you because I was taking him yet.
Ah, right. And that night, there was no more work for you.
That's correct. I wish Master good night as I shut the door behind me, and then I heard him lock the key. There was nothing unusual about him. At least, nothing I noticed.
Hold it!
I don't want to do the comedic thing, 'cause it's kind of really stressful right now.
That's fine. So far, so good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just clarifying, because
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
would normally, but it seems the very
Thank you.
dramatic moment.
And what time was that?
Master would always take his breakfast at 9 a.m., so it's around that time.
So you didn't have the key to Sir Beldick's study. Is that correct?
Yes. There's only one key to that room, and Master always kept it with him. Master's research was a very delicate matter, you see. And to take strict measures to prevent outsiders from entering that room. Occasionally, delinquents would try to make off with one or other of Master's medicaments.
Thieves stealing from an alchemist? I can't tell if that's incredibly brave or incredibly stupid. Probably the latter.
Both.
That's why the door to that room is made from thick oak wood.
Just check. Sorry, the parrot. The parrot made. Yeah. The parrot got me like.
I wouldn't have been able to force the door open on my own.
She couldn't have entered the room before that then.
Partially.
Able to come for a visit.
Hold it!
Press on the neighbour. Oh no, it was Amir, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a mirror.
This neighbor you mentioned, does he come by often?
Well, yes, he does. Once every 2 days at least.
Wow.
Really? Mr. Amir, do you suffer from a serious illness?
Wow, none of your business.
Yeah, kinda. In a matter of speaking, can't believe I'm still alive, to be honest with you. I'm always drowsy, always hungry, and to top it off, nasty murders keep on occurring wherever I go.
I don't think there's a medicine for that.
I'm sick and tired of listening to your babbling, so cut it right there.
I may express my personal opinion.
Like northern accent in there?
I don't know. I'm doing whatever.
I'm trying to bring it back to my homelands.
I was just like,
I like your voice, just one
Sorry,
part,
that was
honestly.
said after my line. I thought you were done.
I know.
I believe Mr. Amir has a truly remarkable ability to come up with different illnesses every day.
Amir comes often for his medication, be it inflammation, irritation, or radiation. It's certainly not a fabrication.
That day, I thought I could use some delicious potion. So I went to see the Alchemist.
You know what radiation is?
Yeah, that is a good question, actually.
But also
Delicious potion?
Yeah,
Ugh.
exactly. Delicious potion. Are you making these with alcohol? Is that what you're implying?
Also, why am I reminded of Asterix and Obelix here?
When I got there, I saw the butler was in a bit of a pickle. The study was locked, you see.
Then you went to get an axe and broke the door.
That's right. Always wanted to smash something with an axe. I get him kind of urges to destroy stuff, you see.
That makes 2 people. Sherlock Holmes and this guy.
Now that sounds like something you should... Yeah. That sounds like something you should get treatment for.
Of a different kind, yes.
Oh, new line. It dawned on me then. The witch cast familiar, just like in this case.
Hold it! Can you tell me what caused that sudden realization?
Was it
Sure
radiation?
thing. When the Inquisitors came round, I went to have a little peek at the crime scene. That's when I heard them talking about... I was surprised because they must have come to the same conclusion as me. Crikey, they could do their job, the Inquisitors, I thought. It had to be familiar.
So he was eavesdropping.
If I happen to see that familiar user, I'll arrest him myself. Yeah.
Citizen's arrest is a thing in this thing?
Apparently.
In this world? Witness! You're testifying in court. Can you not restrain yourself a bit?
Listen,
Really nice.
did I just say I gotta have this to keep my spirits up?
So you're taking the spirits down.
The most
I will
potent
I will-
medicine.
I will arrest you for bad jokes here right now. I
Not
will
even for
arrest
being
you for
openly
crimes
drunken.
against humor.
'Tis a drink Amir lives to savor, with an intoxicating scent and flavor. Anyway,
Oh no, anyway.
this is a waste of time. I should be looking for decisive contradictions.
Oh, who's gonna... I guess I'll take back Judge, I guess. A witness. Oh no, there.
I could take judge.
Sure.
Witnesses, continue your testimonies.
Last statement then.
Hold it! Those items were confiscated 3 months ago. You still haven't got them back?
many of those were personal items with no relevance to the crime.
Now that I think about it, that room did look pretty empty.
As I said, the victim was an alchemist, and among his possessions were some very dangerous concoctions. But he did produce medicines to aid 6 town people as well, to give him his due.
Indeed, alchemy is highly beneficial to the townspeople, even if they fail to notice it.
I think Emir is drinking all of them though.
No.
It may be beneficial, but it also inspires fear. People fear what they do not understand.
Like logic.
At any rate, I cannot return the items to you until Sir Belduke's case is solved. That is what High Inquisitor Darklaw has decided.
I'm ready in this game too.
And the confiscated goods are being kept in a secret vault by the Knights of the Inquisition?
Even the Inquisitors cannot freely enter that vault. It is strictly supervised unless you're a Looney Tunes character and know the words Open Sesame.
Okay, so we've been through everything.
That's all they have to say, huh? I really didn't expect him to appear, but maybe I should have be used to it by now.
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. Sorry to interrupt your train of thought.
Oh, that's okay. What is it?
I'm wondering if it's just me, but I've been thinking about Mr. Emir's testimony. I think what he said is a little strange, isn't it?
Yeah. How can I put it? It's pretty obviously contradictory.
He was so keen to testify. Maybe we should give him some attention and point those contradictions out.
What a good idea, Luke.
Make him squirm.
So the Achilles heel in this is Amir's testimony. Well, Amir's only got a couple of lines.
I thought you were going to say, "Make it so."
Got literally one sentence.
Something about, because do we even know it was Famalia? There's not a lot of evidence I think that supports that.
Because it wasn't Famalia in this case, because we do know that the Famalia gem is fake.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing.
That's true. You're right. Well, not just that. That there's the fact that there's no disturbed scene.
Yeah.
It would have to be a flying familiar, which even then it would cause some disruption to the scene. I'd imagine.
We already have the details in Telea Magica that the purple gem is just like an amethyst. It's not a special magic stone.
Although it doesn't mean that they didn't have an actual one at this time of this incident. That's speculation, but
Wait, he's saying the witch cast Famalia just like in this case. Which case? This one or the other one? Though? Which one is he talking about?
I think he's referring to. Go on.
Sorry, I think he's referring to Famalia in the case of Sir Belduke, just like in this case.
The case with Maya.
And yeah, the case with Maya. So,
But
but the thing is,
But that also makes it wrong. But
conclude that it's fake.
yeah, because he clearly has not been paying attention.
yeah, and in a lot of Ace Attorney games, you have to like grasp by every word. Like you have to grab people by semantics.
Oh, I was wrong.
Something very strange about that statement.
No, it isn't. I think not, Defender.
Huh?
If anything here is strange, I say it was you, Defender.
Wow.
Indeed, my lord. A baker turned defender clad in such an outlandish outfit. Is the very epitome of strange.
Says the guy clad in steel.
Ah! The defense abstains from commenting on the Inquisitor's fashion sense, Your Honor.
Because you know how well that went last time.
Well, you know how much I flaunt it.
Okay,
Should we use the
The Famali
telemagic?
is the fake.
Yeah.
Just throw him with that.
Yeah.
Objection!
there we go. I was over
You
there.
were right, you were just on the wrong evidence.
Yeah.
There's something you don't seem to understand here, Mr. Amir. The Famalia gem in this witch's scepter is a fake. The gem is useless.
Just like this buffoon's testimony.
Huh?
Therefore, your testimony doesn't hold water.
Or should I say testimony?
Just like anything else, he says. Psh.
No, that was in reference to the fact that the fake gem sings.
What?
Ignored and scorned, without credibility, with majestic Amir. Now show humility.
Oh,
Place
no,
your
even the
bets
bird
on
was
no.
sad.
Yeah.
No.
What? A fake?
You should have listened to the trial more carefully.
But yeah, drink.
Now that has been dealt with, it wins upon him. This witch's scepter was not discovered at a crime scene when Sir Baldur was murdered, is that correct?
Indeed. We deducted that Famalia must have been used, however.
Objection! But that Famalia magic gem was a fake. That much has been demonstrated today. What's more, as we've learned from Cracker the Pirate's testimony,
Oh no.
Oh yeah, we
That
did
was
that,
the
didn't we?
the witch used the spell Gador. The fact that there's a green wall in the crime scene corroborates that. Objection!
Objection. Hammer down. That wall may not have been painted green 3 months ago.
You don't know that either.
And besides, no one could have passed through a portal so small.
A pair of hands can best on it. To be honest, I started wondering, where's the latest that Sir Baldur murders?
Yes.
Actual committed by the same witch?
Objection! Your Honor, I'd like to remind you that was the Inquisition's claim.
Exclamation point.
He's right, though. It's got to be the same culprit in both cases. And, at the very least, it's possible that the witch used the spell Gador to commit Sir Balduk's murder.
What?
Nani? In that case, I ask the defense to show us proof. We have proof that the witch could have used Kotor to kill Sir Balduk.
Do we?
Pictures?
Ah, we do. We've got this picture.
Yes. Yes, there's a green wall.
Take that! I'd like you to take a look at these.
Take a look at this pictograph. Aren't those the quote illustration sketches?
As you can see from this sketch, the victim was seated at his desk when he was murdered. And what can you see right behind the victim?
A small landscape painting.
Thank you, Inquisitor. But there's one more point of note. Look closely at the painting. Do you notice anything behind it?
Oh, I see it! The wall behind it has already been painted green! Which means the witch could have used the portal spell 3 months ago!
Objection!
Objection! Drop it like it's hot. One moment, my lord. Consider how small that portal would have been. Could a witch have passed through it? I think not.
Objection!
Of course, the witch could not be able to go right through it. However, if you look at the distance between the portal and the victim, you'll notice that the victim, Sir Belduke, was sitting just an arm's length from where the portal would have been.
Exclamation point.
That's right. The witch did not have to enter the room at all. All she had to do was reach through with her arms in order to strangle Sir Belduke, who was sitting right under the painting.
Exclamation points! Order! Inquisitor Barnum, what say you to that?
A fascinating theory, Sir Blue Knight. Yeah! But there is a notable contradiction within it.
Where would that be?
Tell me, why do you think we concluded that Formalia had to have been used? We had a certain reason for it, of course.
And what was that reason exactly?
The crime scene had been tampered with.
How so?
Imagine the circumstances of Sir Belduke's death, and it should become obvious, even to you. The victim was
Obvious
choked to
even.
death. And yet, there were no signs of a struggle. Highly improbable, don't you think?
What are you getting at?
Think about it. Can you imagine anyone just sitting back and letting themselves be strangled? Clearly, there should be evidence of a struggle.
Oh fuck, he has a point.
And since we haven't found any, that must mean the killer erased all traces of a fight from the crime scene.
Unless Belduke was drugged.
Yeah.
Indeed! That would have been the logical conclusion.
Now, surely it would be impossible to do any such thing had the witch only reached inside through a portal. In order to cover up the evidence she left behind, the witch had to have used a familiar. Without doing so, there would have been no point in her using the spell Godor.
Objection!
Miss Greyerl could have done it. She might have been able to tamper with the crime scene.
What are you flapping your gums about?
The morning of the crime. From the time Miss Greyerl and that guy entered the study,
That guy.
you heard me, until the arrival of the Knights of the Inquisition, there was a window of time in which she had the opportunity to do so.
I have a bloody name over here, Bluey.
No, you don't.
Don't care. We need to look into what happened in that window of time.
It seems we may be in need of another testimony. From Amir! Witnesses testify about what happened in a time between the body being found and the Knights of the Inquisition arriving.
Good thing. Ask me anything. I'll tell you all you need to know.
Oh, glorious Amir, tell us more. Maybe you won't be laughed at as before.
Why is this Berkeley essentially like this guy's whip?
Yeah, I mean, Bradley is the brave Sir Robin's boss.
Brave Sir Robin ran away.
Bravely ran away.
I was right to do that bit. Only 2 people accessed the crime scene in that time. Greyerl and Amir. Believe it or not, Amir is the key witness in this case.
Oh, joy.
After discovering the body.
I still love when he's literally drinking poison.
I broke down the door and saw the alchemist slumped in his chair. Gave me a jolt. Butler hurried to call an that to the Inquisition. He never entered the study. What did I do then? Oh, yeah, I was asked to keep an eye on things, so I went in to have a bit of a shufty at everything. All that made me pretty drowsy, so I went and took a little nap on the couch.
What couch?
Wait, what? Mr. Amir. You said the butler didn't enter the crime scene?
Yep, he never set foot in there. The moment he saw the bell do, he told me to stand guard until the next Inquisition arrived. And then off he went. What a resourceful apprentice that Alchemist has, I thought to myself.
I almost feel sorry for you, Sir Blue Knight. After all, your suspects couldn't have tampered with the crime scene.
That can't be true.
Please proceed with your interrogation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
After discovering the body.
Why does the ball in his right hand have a skull and crossbones on it?
Because it's poison.
Hold it!
Before you smashed the door, did you check that it was really locked?
Of course I did. We tried to get it open without resorting to brute force, but it wouldn't budge. So I went to fetch me a lovely little axe. I like the axe.
His wooden enemy stood tall and still, yet Amir sprang forth. It was overkill.
Want it for a bald guy.
Do you think I lied about the door being locked?
No, of course not. Boy, she's sure sharp. She might cut herself. Or me. Most likely me. Reminds me of someone.
So that I went inside. The alchemist was slumped in his chair.
While we're at it, allow me to confirm something. When you entered the room, did the victim look the way he does in this sketch?
Yep, that's it. Spot on. Nicely drawn, too. You know, at first I didn't know if he was really dead. He looked like he had just passed out or something. Tired from his research.
Someone has an opinion about that.
Okay, do we question Greyerl or should we see what Amir leads to? Or, this could just be a distraction. Only there was, if the chat is there, chat could maybe weigh in, but it does seem like Greyerl is interested in this, so
Let's go with Greyerl.
Miss Greyerl, may I ask you something?
Yes, what is it?
What do you think about Mr. Amir's testimony?
There's nothing amiss. However, Mr. Wright, I can tell what you are thinking.
You can? Well, let's see if you're right.
When he entered the room, Mr. Emir didn't notice that Master Beldic was dead. On the other hand, I ran straight away to call the Knights of the Inquisition. And so, do you suspect that I knew beforehand that the Master was dead? That's what you're thinking? Your face is like an open book.
But isn't that what actually happened?
No, I knew something was wrong because Master had very fine manners and would never sleep in his chair. When I saw him like that, I was struck with a very bad realization. Felt certain that something terrible had happened.
I've heard about you. The word is that you're very collected and perceptive. It would seem to be the case.
It would be more appropriate to call her calculating.
Although I feel like you're not paying me enough attention here, Bluey.
Oh, for crying out loud, so give it a rest. That matters not, witness. Let us proceed with the cross-examination.
Was that in character as Barnum Laura or not?
Yes.
Both.
You're interpret it how you like.
Mas not no need to be so rude about it.
You know that bottle that he's holding is starting to bother me.
Mm-mm.
Hold it!
By the fact that it's bottomless?
No. I'll explain later.
Are you sure the butler didn't enter the crime scene?
Yeah, like I said, he didn't set a foot in that room. Went in, sort of didn't know what to do, but the butler sussed it out, situation in the blink of an eye. He told me to stand guard, and then he ran out.
She went to call the Knights of the Inquisition, is that correct?
He's so pissed he doesn't even realise the butler's come out.
Yeah.
I was saying there's an awful lot of misgendering happening.
Yeah,
right now.
I was thinking the same thing. I thought he's still
Yeah.
referring to Greyerl by masculine pronouns, and I thought he's. Then I realised, oh, he's pissed. Of course he is.
That's correct. I went to the nearby garrison.
We have the records of when the crime was reported. They match the witness's testimony.
I returned to Master Belduk's house with 2 knights. We began an investigation immediately, taking away Master's research materials and concoctions. In the end, I wasn't able to enter that room that day.
There can be no doubt about it. As she is the Alchemist's apprentice, she was under close observation following the incident.
I wasn't
Good on
aware of
Barnum.
that.
Good on Barnum for correcting himself.
Yeah. Good job not making a big deal out of it, heaven knows.
Yeah.
That's my pet peeve, sorry.
Yeah.
Make it such a
Yeah.
big deal. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Scratch
So, in the end,
It didn't even matter.
you didn't have access to the crime scene at all that
Lovely
day, huh?
reference.
By the way, what were you doing at that time?
What, me?
Well, you wanted attention, sir. You've got it.
Actually, yeah, can I bring something up?
Sure, go on.
I assume that is a potion that he's holding. Where the fuck did he get it? All the potions were taken in.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's a good question. Yeah.
That is a good point. And there's no way it would have lost. Bear in mind that was months ago as well.
Yeah,
I-
but then again, it is a bottomless bottle.
True.
Yeah,
true.
but what bothers me is the skull crossbone on it. Barnum pretty much said that, yeah, there's dangerous substances there. That's why we took him in. So where did he get this bottle?
Let's press.
Hold it!
What were you having a look at?
Ah, well, I was asked to take care of the crime scene, wasn't I? So I had to, like, make sure everything was in order. I mean, you know.
Oh, you bitch.
It's not like I went wild with excitement after being left in a real alchemist room full of mysterious stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm sure you didn't, Mr. Sticky Fingers.
Thank you for answering my question, game.
Besides, she asked me to look for something, so I was doing that too. Oh.
She pips up again.
Also,
Yeah, at this moment, Jean being like, no.
Can I add a second thought to that?
Go on.
How much do you want to bet the potion he's holding is actually involved in this case? Which explains why the alchemist wasn't struggling.
Mm.
Hang on!
Yeah, it might be so.
Music's gone.
Miss Greyerl, you look lost in thought.
Oh, were you talking to me?
Even she can be caught off guard. If I chose the right moment. You have been listening to Mr. Amir's testimony, haven't you?
Somewhat. Yes, I have.
He was asked to look for something. It was you who asked him, I assume. What did you tell him to look for?
I just like the idea of that. The script says, yes, I was, but truthfully, nah.
I've been tuning out a little, I must admit. I think you're mistaken. I don't remember making any request of that sort.
Huh?
Hey, Bluey! Were you even listening to what I said? It was a lady that asked me. Oh, mate. The butler's a guy, you numbskull.
Well,
Oh, no.
You're late to the party.
Oh no.
Why everyone goes so quiet?
Well,
Hey,
she
what's
is
up?
now.
Hey, what's that? Why are everyone looking at me like that?
It's predicting the game again, man.
Quite a while ago, we learned that the butler, Jean Greyerl, is actually female.
Yeah, but he didn't know that at the
What?
time,
Were
though.
you there?
That's why, when you said a lady asked you to search for something, we assumed it was Miss Greyerl.
What? What?
Daydreaming, listening, but not hearing. That look of shock is almost endearing.
I'll tell giving credit. for that.
Why didn't anyone tell me before?
Wow.
Do you require a personal notification? You should have been listening to the trial.
A second
Well, he
time.
really just, he's just really like, do you want it on a fucking letter?
It's like
Just that-
Burnham expressing the thoughts of all of us.
Yeah.
The inside voice of Barnum right now is just, I want to run this man through. I want to run this man through. I swear to God.
Yeah, like Mir clearly has just been not listening to anything.
Yeah.
But
I told the old Republic, squabbling with a witness is almost insane.
Yes, drifting.
Can I please say something though? Yes,
Yeah.
we know that the butler is female currently. They didn't know that 3 months ago, though.
Yeah, this is why it's such a problem that it was a lady that asked him something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just that it's the fact that just Amir just not been listening to anything at all.
Yeah.
Why does my brain hurt?
Is that in role? Is that in character, or is that?
Yeah.
Both. What I would like to know now is, who was the lady that made a request to Amir?
Well then.
Oh yeah, that was actually Miss
Oh, you called it!
That's his character's calling card. Yeah, she's said it a few times already, and I think now we need to do a hot potato again.
Who wants the hot potato? Barnum, going fast. Who
I
wants
can take
Barnum?
Barnum back, I think, because it seems like there's less discussion, but...
I mean, I would also be okay with taking it.
Fight!
We'll just throw him around, it's fine.
Drifting's not been doing Barnum yet.
Let's go with the meme. Drifting, you're Barnum.
Sure. Oh god, let me think of a voice for him actually.
I think he's absolutely certainly talking about me.
You all?
Oh, I'm Nettie. Hang on a minute, I'll get down there post haste.
Post haste, get it?
And I'm down here now. Hey,
Pardon, Miss Letty, who are you precisely? I have no idea how to post.
me? Who am I? I'm Nettie Mailer. I'm the courier.
The courier?
Courier is the person who collects and delivers letters. What packages?
Sounds like quite the career. I know. Thanks anyway, Bella. I wish you stopped misreading my mind.
But it's fine. Hold on, Miss Mailer. Do you mean it was you who irresponsibly made such a request to the troublemaker?
Me? Maybe. Yes, I guess so. I asked him to help me find something.
Outrageous! Why was I not informed of this?
I guess no one told you. Maybe because you didn't ask?
Where's my gavel? It seems we'll need to ask you to testify, Miss Mailer.
I'm gonna also take back the judge, just so we can get some,
Okay, sure.
so we can restore some normality to the normal casting of the of this show.
Okay.
Explain to us how you were involved in this case.
Frankly, I wouldn't say I was involved in anything. Oh, no, I'm in a tight spot. This is gonna go viral. I bet it's because that guy said something weird about me.
Ease up on me, lady. Like the saying goes, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. He's being a pickle on your own, eh?
You're horrible.
Now then, Miss Letty Mailer, testify about that day.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
That voice can make windows shatter.
I think the ringing sound sold it, personally.
Yeah, it's like good thing we're in the dungeon.
Sir Belgic said he'd have a letter to send, so I came by to pick it up.
Well, that's the only statement that's been added, so we might as well just press it.
Hold it!
You mean you came to pick up a letter from Sir Belduke?
Yes, I was told by Sir Belgic that he'd be ready in the morning. What's more, he said it was extremely important. I felt a sense of duty surging within me.
Someone had something to say about that.
Greyerl.
Oh.
Hang on!
Miss Greyerl, I have a question.
Yes? What is it?
Did anything catch your attention during Miss Mailer's statement?
Nothing in particular, at any rate, to begin with. I was not aware of the fact that the courier visited us that day.
That's right. You weren't there when I arrived. And once I found the letter, I left immediately.
Did you know about this letter, witness?
correspondence.
Well, that should conclude the testimony.
So now we know there was a third witness.
But Miss May only came to pick up a letter. That doesn't help us much, does it?
Well, perhaps there's more to it than meets the eye.
Ah, he's a transformer.
A letter.
I'm surprised at this point, Divot, you've not opted to be Barnum.
That's I'm saving myself
Yeah.
for another man.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh well.
A letter, huh?
Does Angela know?
Beltuk was about to send a letter to somebody before he was killed.
I mean, I can still hot potato him over to you if you want.
No.
It may not be relevant to this case.
David doesn't
Something
like
about
potatoes.
bothering me.
David doesn't like
No,
potatoes,
no.
confirmed.
No, I don't take Barnum, no.
Maybe it's worth asking Letty about it.
Okay, well.
Present evidence.
Yeah, once I get back to it. Okay, so it's Letty's thing. I'm thinking this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Someone dicked out.
Okay.
Okay.
Objection!
Oh, the accent. Hey, music stop.
Dang it, Wi-Fi.
Letter you found that morning.
Oh no.
Was it by any chance this one here?
You back?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Well, yeah, what's that?
No. If Kate is
Said-
back.
Oh,
They asked their back as in K.
okay.
They're probably just still warming up to figure things out. Hang on.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Like what
One
you
more
do
time for the road.
Yes, that's the one. But wait! How did you get it? Oh, you're a piece of work, all right.
Objection!
Objection. Hold it, Sir Blue Knight. How did you come by that letter?
I just sort of fell into my lap, so to speak. There's the professor who found it, but he doesn't need to know that.
Defender. Just what in the world are the contents of that letter?
Well, the letter's blank.
What?
All this fuss over a blank letter?
As you can see, there's some sheets of parchment inside the envelope.
Indeed. And not a trace of ink on them. What is the meaning of this?
Don't forget that Sir Beldic was an alchemist. He may have used some kind of invisible ink to write that letter.
Indeed. That would make sense.
Sir! About that, it doesn't make sense to me.
What?
Miss Mailer?
The thing is, when I saw that letter, all the pages were full of writing. So, you know.
Objection!
Objection. Hold it, witness. You saw the contents of Sir Beldic's letter? I'm pretty sure that's a felony.
I didn't read it. It's just that. You see.
Witness, this is an important matter. You will need to testify about it. Tell us what you know about this letter.
Witness testimony.
Sir Beldic's letter. Thank you, David.
Hey.
That night, probably about
Yes,
1 a.m., I made a delivery to Sir Beldic. He was writing a letter at that time. It'll be ready soon, so come pick it up tomorrow morning. That's what he said. I left to study and wished the butler a good night, and then I went home. I went there again the next morning, as promised. Sir Belgic was, well, anyway, I looked for the letter. Then, that guy went out like a light on the couch. I got a little scared, so I left as soon as I found the letter.
I have a bloody name over here.
You know it's bad when even the post office doesn't know your name.
I see. So you witnessed the victim write the letter?
I wouldn't say witnessed. That sounds so legal. The sheets of parchment were on his desk, though. I saw that. And they were covered in writing, margin to margin.
But you don't know what the letter was about.
Sir!
Oh, my ears.
Telling you would be a breach of our privacy policy.
But reading the letter isn't.
I can't reveal its contents or who it was addressed to.
All right, can you speak up, witness? Oh, sorry, my hearing. Of course, I understand.
Frankly, I didn't get close enough to Sir Belvic's desk, I mean, so I couldn't make out what he was writing.
In any case, where did you find the letter the morning after the victim was found dead?
On the shelf, next to his desk, in a small letterbox. Oh yes, right there, next to his head. I was a teeny little bit scared, though, coming so close to a dead man.
So that's where she took the letter from. It was right next to the corpse, huh?
But she couldn't! She couldn't have done that.
Because of the powder.
Because of the powder. The powder was undisturbed. So how could you get to that letter without...
Don't tell me she's the witch.
Now that circumstances are clear, we shall proceed to the cross-examination.
I'm guessing the powder was put there after she left.
Maybe.
Cross-examination.
Sir Belduk's letter.
You see,
Hold it!
I covered,
That's pretty late to be making a delivery.
Look, he's an alchemist. He gets lots of strange packages. That's why. He'd often order various implements from the glass craftsman, or have someone gather wild herbs for him. He usually carried out experiments at night, so yeah. He often needed items delivered in the middle of the night.
This woman
Oh, so he's a quest giver.
He's a quest giver. Bring me 4 animal skins.
I need it for the experiment now in the middle of the night.
Night, day, depends when the player turns up.
Did Sir Belduke seem at all different than normal when you saw him that night?
Different? Let me think. Actually, yes.
Huh?
I think it was about 3 days before Sir Belduke's death, I mean. I mean, that lightning strike.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Miss Greyerl.
Oh, what is it?
Did anything in Miss Mailer's statement catch your attention?
Well, just the lightning strike. Mr. Belduke did certainly change following that event. Wonder why it affected him so much.
An alchemist and the sudden appearance of an old bell tower. Could there be some sort of connection between them? Anyway, it looks like Greyerl is as much in the dark about this as I am.
By the way, that strange lightning strike was not the result of witchcraft. I just went to get a drink.
I see. Well then, let us carry on.
And then he sort of went, sort of like this, and then I want to...
Something about this is just rubbing true. I thought that Greyerl never met Mela that night. Remember? We had this talk that Letty arrived and left between when Greyerl went to get the authorities. Yeah. But now the story's changed. She apparently wished her good night. So why and how?
Hold it!
That was like a night before, wasn't it?
Wait a minute. When you say the butler, you mean...
Miss Greyerl, of course. She was in the corridor carrying a tray.
Was she indeed?
Hang on!
Oh dear.
Miss Greyerl, I'd like to ask you something. Again.
Oh, certainly. What is it?
You stated previously that you excused yourself and left Sir Belduke's study shortly after 1 a.m.
Yes, that is correct.
However, according to Miss Mela's testimony, the two of you came across each other while you were waiting outside the room.
Ooh.
Why didn't you mention that until now?
That's because... I apologize. I'm afraid I completely forgot to mention it.
You forgot?
Miss Mela very often comes with deliveries during the night. I did see her that night as well, but I didn't think much of it as something unusual. I had no reason to hide that from you. Please, forgive me for the confusion.
Well, that kind of thing can happen. Your memory is in no way perfect.
That's a fair point.
I don't imagine there's a problem here, is there?
On the contrary, Your Honor. There's one more thing Miss Greyerl forgot to mention.
Exclamation point.
What is it?
I'd like you to recall what Miss Mela said about having met Miss Greyerl that night.
Miss Greyerl? Of course. She was in the corridor carrying a tray.
Well, Miss Greyerl, apparently you were carrying a tray at the time. What do you have to say about that?
Jean Greyerl, I believe you should add that to your testimony.
As you wish, my lord.
It's unlikely she really forgot about it. The fact she tried to hide it must mean something.
Miss Mela left just as I was bringing Master his usual drink.
Hold it!
What do you mean, usual drink?
When Master's experiments continued into late hours, he would always have some juice to ward off sleepiness.
That word
Grape
juice
juice?
should be in quotation marks.
What kind of juice?
If it's grape. Oh. It's not.
Tomato juice.
Vacation juice.
Apparently. Hmm.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Mr. Mister!
Oh, oh. I know nothing about it. Nothing at all. No, nothing.
Didn't do nothing.
What did you do?
Witness. What have you done this time?
I love
Don't-
your music.
Don't give me that scary look, Inquisitor Barnum.
I'll look at you however I please.
It was only just a little bit. Seriously, hardly anything at all.
What are you talking about?
Huh? What do you think I'm talking about? The juice. A tomato juice, of course. The tomato juice.
He had some of it in there passed out on the couch.
Oh, you didn't. Surely even you wouldn't.
Well, like I told you before, I sort of overdid it a bit the previous night.
I hate you.
When I woke up, my head was pounding. That's why I went to see the Alchemist. You know what happened, and when I was left alone in the Alchemist study, it kind of caught my eye. The bottle, I mean.
Tomato juice.
I thought it might make the headache go away, you know? So you drank it. The juice found at the crime scene? Well, why should I? It's a drink, ain't it? What else do you do with a drink? You drink it, right? And can you tell us where that bottle is now?
Come to think of it, I remember seeing it at the crime scene.
Like how he just folded, like, no, didn't do anything, didn't touch nothing, no.
Guilty conscience.
It has been confiscated.
Confiscated?
As mentioned previously, the occult crime analysts confiscated all of Master's personal belongings from the crime scene.
Is that so? I believe we should take note of that bottle and add it to the court record.
Yes, I remember seeing that on that episode of OCA Labyrinthia.
Yeah, I was about to say, yes. OCA Labyrinthia. Part juice bottle. Brought to the Belduke before his death. Amir drank some of the juice the following day. Part juice added to the court record. Yeah, so there I was having a bit of juice when that girl came round. Oh, me head. Oh, to tell you the truth, I don't quite remember what happened after that.
To be fair, you give everyone a headache here as well.
That's when he passed out, huh?
Hold on. Trying to
Hold
thought.
it!
Amir fell asleep after drinking the tomato juice,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and Belduke was found.
Without the signs of struggle, yes.
Yeah,
So there must have been a sleeping portion in that juice.
yes.
Probably.
I wonder if we can confront this sentence with the tomato juice that we have.
Let's press it first.
Yeah.
He went out like a light?
He was helping me look for the letter, and then it happened. Out of the blue. He just passed out. The rascal.
And I mean, Greyerl said Belduke was drinking it to stay awake, so like, task failed.
Yeah.
he
Task
collapsed.
failed successfully.
No, not even
And his eye-
successfully.
And his eyes rolled back. He wouldn't move.
It almost sounds like he died.
I'm alive. I'm alive. My liver's not in great condition, I imagine, but still.
No such luck, unfortunately.
Wow, wrecked.
Bruh.
That horrible sound. He was grating his teeth. I thought my ears would explode.
Have you heard your own high pitch, though?
Burn them.
I thought his ears would explode.
Burn them. I think the mailer one is trying to kill me.
I'm going to let her.
Just let me get my earplugs.
Yep, not sure what came over me. Never happened to me before sleeping like that. You know, I didn't just fall asleep. More like I sort of blacked out, I guess. No idea why.
With a life of drinking like that, I'm really surprised that it's never happened to him.
Well, you guys, what do you think? Any ideas?
I think it bears no relevance. And there you have my honest answer.
I think it's good that I wasn't there.
But the question is, why did he black out like that?
Oh, is that?
Your Honor, I might have a clue as to why this witness suddenly lost consciousness.
You do.
Really? Did you work it all out, Bluey? If that's the case, may the defense present some evidence. Which piece of evidence shows why this man fell unconscious?
Tomato juice.
The tomato.
Take that!
Mister, I believe the reason you might have lost consciousness at the crime scene is tied to a certain piece of evidence.
Wasn't it just because, you know, I had a bit too much fun the night before?
No, it was because of this.
The tomato juice.
You passed out right after drinking this juice. Therefore, it's not unreasonable to assume that there's a direct connection between the two.
Tomato juice does not make people fall unconscious, Sir Blue Knight.
I know that, you know that. Exactly. That's why something must have been added to the contents of that bottle. Something like a soporific. New word.
That's so horrific.
You mean sleep medicine, which is what I'm going to call it, because fuck you.
And if a soporific was mixed with the tomato juice, that means Sir Belduke would have been unconscious at the time that he was assailed.
Oh! The sketch. Have another look. The red liquid trickling down from the victim's mouth is proof that Sir Belduke must have drank the tomato juice.
I had failed to consider this.
Inquisitor Barnum, I bet you remember saying this to the court. Can you imagine anyone just sitting back and letting themselves be strangled? Clearly, there should be evidence of a struggle.
Don't use my words against me.
It's kind of my job. And since we haven't found any, that must mean the killer erased all traces of a fight from the crime scene. However, if the victim was unconscious when his assailant was strangling him, then the killer could have committed the crime through a small portal big enough to put their arms through after all.
Objection!
Objection.
You have no objection.
Maybe so, but tell me this. How would the culprit have managed to obtain such a strong soporific? You heard me. Arr.
It was very simple. And I think you've realized why.
From the
alchemist.
Yep. That's right. An alchemist would no doubt have a wide array of various medicaments in their possession. And an apprentice would have little trouble stealing some of them from their study. Isn't that right, Miss Greyerl?
How should I respond to that?
With the truth.
Yes, would be fine.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. Perhaps the best way to do it.
What do you mean?
The juice bottle has been safely stored for the past 3 months. I'm positive it would be impossible to find any traces of that soporific now.
You wicked.
This is unbelievable! Was it really the butler who did it?
But everything she says holds true.
She was pretending to be a boy. That's mighty suspicious to start with.
Is she a witch?
I was
Ow,
very.
my ears.
Ooh.
I was half tempted to like put on a voice mod for that just to increase the effect, but no, I'm not gonna put you through that.
Please don't. My ears can only hold so much.
Hold on, everyone! The butler couldn't have done that to Sir Belgic. She would never, ever do it.
Huh?
Please, let us testify just one more time. Miss Greyerl, let's tell them. Let's prove they're wrong. They have no idea how much you've done for Sir Belduke.
Miss Mailer.
Are these two roommates?
Very well.
Roommates.
I shall grant your request. Testify about the relationship between Miss Greyerl and Sir Belduke.
It actually was a somewhat popular ship when this came out, so.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Witness testimony.
The alchemist and his butler.
She can't.
Yeah.
So when are we due for a break?
There is some time between the next continue, so I imagine this is actually a good place for us to take a break.
Agreed.
So
Yeah.
we'll be right back, everyone, as we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be won't be too long, about 5 minutes at most, maybe 10. But you know, go and stretch, grab a drink, go to the toilet. We'll be right back, everyone.
Yeah. You back, Ool?
And we are back with part 2 of tonight's proceedings as we're playing some silly voices. We're back with Layton vs. Phoenix. Right, hello everyone, and we have got a testimony going on here. So let's continue. Kay, if you would please.
Alright. I gotta open the stream again. Hold on.
Asta took me in, a complete stranger. I'll forever be indebted to him. That's why I could never make an attempt on his life, through magic or otherwise.
Sir Belduke was a wonderful man. He's the one who recommended this line of work to me. And he's the one who told me about it. The confidentiality obligation, I mean. I've never once broken it.
It's true that Sir Belduke evoked fear due to him being an alchemist. However, he was also a man of admirable character, who supported the townsfolk through his research. Why would anyone want to kill such a man? This question keeps haunting me. However, much I think about it.
Witches need no reason behind their evil. That's what makes them witches.
Now, the defense may begin its interrogation.
I mean, you know what they say, witches get stitches.
Now, this is depending on what you want to do about this, if we want to have some more, but I think I immediately know which statement that we need to focus on.
Go on.
I think it's the final one. Never breaking the confidentiality agreements.
You think that's the right one? I'll skip through this. I already start skipping. It's too late to get away from now. Okay. Let's see if your theory holds water. With 4 statements. There we go.
Hold it!
The confidentiality obligation is a rule held amongst couriers. Is that right?
Yes! A courier must not disclose the contents of a letter, nor the names of its addresses, of its sender or recipient. But I'll tell you confidentiality.
Why did I pick this voice for Letty? Why have I... It's the pace and the fact that I'm trying to do it really fast, so I am obviously stirring over so many words right now.
But that works for her though, so it's fine.
It does, but it's making her voice actor. Oh boy. It's gone on for this long, I'll stick with it.
But I'll tell you confidentially that oh, I love gossiping, bad mouthing people especially. So I wasn't confident I could keep it. The confidentiality obligation, I mean. I was tempted to talk about this and that.
Do you think that Belduke trusted her?
But then Sir Belgic spoke to me. He told me this. Think about how you'd feel in that person's place. And that got me thinking, I really, really like to gossip. But when it comes to being gossiped about, people's messages are the secrets. And secrets must be kept.
Then why is the letter open?
Indeed. No one would have wanted their letters to be publicly known.
She's certainly determined when it comes to confidentiality.
True. I will say you're true about that. The thing is, don't forget that the storyteller did receive the letter. So he would have opened it.
Okay. But Letty's been testified. It's on record that Letty saw that there was ink on the letters that Belduke was writing due to go into this letter.
Yes.
And yeah, but she did visit.
But by the time it got to the storyteller, when I bet when the storyteller opened it, it suddenly became blank parchments. Something happened in that process. That's what I'm trying to point you at.
Oh, you think she swapped the pages?
Her or something else?
Or at least she opened the letter and someone swapped the pages. Like her roommate, Greyerl.
Yeah, anything's possible.
Anything is possible, but we need to focus in on this.
Yeah.
I think this is. I think this is.
Yeah.
Because confidentiality. What if this is the thing that she's saying about, like, I've struggled to hold my confidentiality promise. Maybe this was the point where she cracked.
We can do a confidence save and accuse her about it.
And plus, at least in character, Phoenix doesn't know yet who opened the letter, right?
I mean, there is that.
So it would be possible for him to point out it's open. What do you mean? You're being
Have you read the statement, by the way, Felix?
Yes, I have said the confidentiality bit. That's why she just wanted to disclose the addressee of Belduke's letter. I'm not going to get anything out of her.
I promised Sir Belgic, and I'm gonna keep it, no matter what. the promise, I mean. It's something I can pride myself on. right?
End of the road for testimony.
Everyone knows that Miss Greyerl respected Sir Belden. That's why it seems so inconceivable that she could be the killer.
She doesn't have any motive.
But that crime did take place. At this point, what we probably need to do is look at this case from a different angle. Change the perspective, so to speak.
We just need to look at it from another angle?
I feel we're getting close to the truth here. Now I just need to follow it through. It's an attorney's duty.
I'm sure you can do it, Mr. Wright.
Okay. This is correct. This is effectively the reason why it doesn't hold up. She has no motive. So let's question it.
Hold it!
You're claiming you had no reason to kill Sir Belduke.
Yes, you can ask whoever you wish, and I'm sure they will say the same.
That is so. It is widely known that John Greyerl was devoted to serving Sir Belduke. It's difficult to imagine that she could brutally murder her respected master. My voice is getting away from me.
Indeed, I'm of the same opinion of both the situation and voice. In terms of my voice is getting away from me as well.
Oh dear.
Watch your voices, everybody.
I'll run away with you. Belduke, I say it's a crime. I visited Sir Belduke on several occasions to inquire about this piece of evidence. Or that. I must say, I felt there was a strong bond of trust between him and Miss Greyerl.
Do you still think you can come up with a motive?
A motive?
John Greyerl's motive for murder.
Greyerl risked a lot to conjure up a small portal in the wall. And then she killed Belduke. But what motive did she have?
Should we suggest another motive? Because we theorized that maybe she was trying to save his life previously.
Or a cover-up.
See where it takes us.
I understand. The defense will present evidence.
Okay.
Evidence to indicate John Greyerl's motive for murder.
Nope. No.
Wait, what?
What's this about, Sir Blue Knight?
Sir Belduke's life was taken that day. That's a fact. However, was this actually the culprit's true objective?
Objection!
Objection. What? This is nonsense. Sir Belduke was murdered. What other possible reason could there be besides someone wanting him dead?
I'm fairly positive this piece of evidence will lead us to the culprit's real motive.
Oh, I just got it.
Ding, ding, ding.
I just
Well,
got it.
enlighten me.
Okay. Okay. There's been talk about how there was the lightning strike and he was a different man, right?
Yep.
What do you do? What do you do if you're going to
A will or a last rites? Some kind
Yep.
of like
yes,
a parting note.
parting note, exactly. That's what it was. My theory, and trigger for the audience for suicide. I think whatever's happened is there wasn't a murder. Belduke attempted suicide, and the letter is his letter to basically his last will and testament. This would suddenly turn the motive from a murder into her attempting to save him. I may be completely wrong, but I'm going to go with it. To indicate Jean Greyerl's motive for committing the crime. A blank letter, because that would be your suicide note.
Take that!
Miss Greyerl had no reason for wanting to kill Sir Belduke. However, there was another incident that night which related to this case. Have an idea what it was?
Another incident.
I'm referring to this letter. Sir Belduke wrote a letter shortly before his death. Yet all we have here is some blank sheets of parchment.
Fascinating. You say maybe the witch used some kind of ink-removing magic on that letter, Mr. Wright?
No. The spell used by the witch was, of course, Godor. Let's go over the state of the crime scene one more time. As we know from Miss Mailer's testimony, the letter was in a letterbox next to the victim's head.
Ah, yes, it's on the sketch as well. The letterbox on the far side of the shelf.
The point of note is the location of the letterbox.
That's what Greyerl was trying to reach, maybe.
Unbelievable.
As Inquisitor Barnum seems to have noticed, the letterbox is within reach of the small portal conjured by the witch behind the painting on the wall.
Oh, this is not where I thought it was going. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Oh, indeed it is.
And, as Sir Belduke's butler, you would have known exactly where he keeps his letters.
Indeed, Master Belduke would always keep his letters in the letterbox for posting them.
You mentioned no such thing.
Miss Greyerl, you created a portal with Godor, not with the intention of killing Sir Belduke. You were after this letter, weren't you?
Ooh.
That's merely wild conjecture. I didn't even know about that letter at the time.
You didn't? Now that's very strange. When Miss Mailer came by that night, Sir Belduke was busy writing that letter. And that's when you entered, carrying a bottle of tomato juice.
So she would have had to have known that a letter was being written.
She caught wind of maybe something in that, yeah.
There's no way you wouldn't have known that your master was writing a letter to someone. And that you could have known even more than that. For instance, perhaps you knew what he was writing about.
That's enough! Master Belduc as his butler. I never would have pried into his private affairs. Whatever it was he wrote about in his final letter to the storyteller.
How did you?
Hello.
Hello.
Name dropping.
It is of no concern of mine.
And how did you know this?
Your Honor,
Yes, defense.
I'd like Miss Greyerl's last statement to be added to her testimony.
Any objection, Inquisitor Barnum?
No, my lord. I want to see where this is going.
Very well. Witness, include what you just told us in your testimony.
He's in it for the show now.
I'll get the popcorn.
Too late.
As you wish, my lord.
Well, you've all been fucking about. Now I want to find out.
I studied the blade.
Hold it!
Let me get this straight. You didn't know anything about the victim's letter?
That's right. I believe I said as much already.
Then, how did you know? How did you know it was addressed to the storyteller?
Indeed.
Why don't you answer his question, witness?
You done goofed.
Thank you, Alucard.
We're getting the reference.
It's true this letter is addressed to the storyteller. When did you find out about it?
I've spoken about the murder with many people over the past 3 months.
Letty. But Letty hasn't ever said anything. Let's keep going.
Everyone has been very kind to me. They've also told me all sorts of things. You must have heard about it from someone at some point.
Oh, that incident was clear, certainly much talked about. Would you not agree, defense?
Does her testimony hold together? Nudge, nudge.
It's fine.
There's a huge contradiction in Miss Greyerl's testimony.
You are becoming very predictable, Sir Blue Knight. It's always in freeze with you. If there is a contradiction, I hope you have the evidence to prove it.
Predictability doesn't matter if you can't stop it. Here's my chance. There's only one way to expose this contradiction.
We don't have any evidence that actually supports any of this. We only have Letty's word. So I don't think we actually have any of the evidence that's physical. I think it's about what we either can get from Letty, or just that it's maybe something we can be like, okay, we can't present evidence, but we can present like testimony. So let's say we can't present evidence.
The defense has no intention of presenting evidence.
What?
I'm just that confident.
Wow.
The proof that there is a contradiction cannot be found in the court record.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
The professor pointed it out to me in the previous witch trial. In this court, an attorney's arsenal isn't limited to the court record.
Remember.
Oh, divot.
Howdy.
You got nice dialogue.
I was not prepared.
Flashback.
Don't forget the
God,
echo.
Each of the witnesses in this trial has given their own account of what occurred. Therefore, whenever one witness has testified, the other remaining witnesses have listened. Should one witness' testimony differ from another's testimony, then I suppose that in itself can also be considered a contradiction, can it not?
Juxtaposing contradictory testimonies from different witnesses is the key. Miss Greyerl. Your testimony contradicts another one that we've heard in this court today.
No reason to take his knife nor steal his letter to the storyteller.
There we go.
Yeah, no one. Yes.
I've never broken it.
Yep.
Objection!
It was a single word that gave you away, Miss Greyerl. What the hell is this?
I am deeply offended.
Oh, he's heavy.
What? What do you mean by that?
What can have stopped Luke from jumping up onto the desk and just doing it himself, pointing himself?
He can't jump that high.
Instead of just thought to just carry this very heavy gold statue of Layton and just moving very awkwardly around
Yeah,
to
I'm guessing
the
yes.
point.
Don't worry about it.
I might have pulled my back out doing that.
What do you think about mine?
The name of the
Alchemist.
recipient. There were only a few people who knew the intended recipient of that letter. 4 people, to be precise.
Only 4 people?
First was Sir Belduke, the author of the letter. Then there was Miss Mailer, who delivered it. And of course, the storyteller, its recipient, as well as one more person. The one who stole the letter, using a portal spell, and swapped it with the blank sheets of parchment. The witch.
Sir! Maybe I did. Maybe I spilled the beans about the letter, I mean. Maybe I told the butler.
You did what?
Well, because, you see, me and the butler are sort of, friends.
I'm echoing as well at the same time.
Oh, you mean like roommates?
Yeah, roommates. Question in quotes again.
And I was right. It was about our dear Sir Belduke. I feel like I might have told her about it after all. See? If I did, that's how she knew. About the recipient, I mean.
Objection!
I understand that you're friends with Miss Greyerl, and you want to help her out. But I've got a piece of evidence, Miss Mailer, and you shouldn't lie, even for a friend.
Huh?
Remember your testimony? You told us about the courier's duty to keep the details of letters confidential. And you also testified that you have never broken that obligation.
Objection!
Objection. But hold on just a minute. As the victim's butler, John Greyerl might have had a chance to catch a glimpse of the envelope. That line went
Objection!
perfectly. Shut up.
No, she didn't.
Exclamation mark.
When Miss Mailer came with the delivery, Sir Belduke was still writing that letter. In fact, he was in the middle of it. At the time, the letter had not even been addressed yet. next morning, when the body was discovered, that letter was already in the letterbox. Keep in mind that Miss Greyerl would have had no opportunity to see it then either.
Is that so? She went to report the crime without even setting foot in the study.
And then Miss Bella appeared and retrieved the letter. Needless to say, Miss Greyerl couldn't have learned of the letter's recipient afterwards. Or maybe you have a good explanation, Miss Greyerl. I'd be very much like to hear one. Can you please tell the court how you found out the recipient's name?
Mr. Wright,
Yes?
do you remember what I said when I was called to the witness stand?
Yes.
A part of alchemy lies the pursuit of the rules and logic that govern nature. You have demonstrated the power of your own logic.
Miss Greyerl.
Are you saying...
Yes, I confess. The abhorrent witch who used the spell Godor to swap the contents of that letter and who took the life of Master Belduke it was none other than I. I was an only child, born to a poor family. I've been a witch since I was very little. When did I become aware of it? I don't remember. Although I was but a young child, I knew that being a witch was a crime. That's why I hid my witch's scepter and wouldn't use magic at all. My father worked as a bricklayer. He toiled every day. We could hardly make ends meet. One winter day, we couldn't afford to pay the rent. We were going to lose the house. My mother was in tears, and my father was sitting with his head down, wordless. I want money for Mummy and Daddy.
Oh my god.
That day, I suddenly remembered about the witch's scepter that I had hidden.
The Goldor spell.
I thought I'd try it just once, casting the spell. But at this time, I had no idea what an irreversible mistake that would be. Even though no one told me. I knew from the very beginning what magic I was able to use. Should I turn into gold? I was thinking about it really hard, the little girl that I was. Something that wouldn't stand out, could be taken for a work of art. Then I decided. I chose a pretty leaf that had fallen in our garden. Goldor! But it wasn't the right thing to do after all. I was terribly punished for using the magic, even just the once.
Punished?
In what way were you punished?
Placed the leaf down in the back garden and cast the spell, but then Margaret suddenly walked in front of me.
Margaret.
My closest childhood friend,
Maybe.
Margaret. I realized she was turned into cold.
I want to cast our audience and our cast back several months.
Probably going to bring it up as well, yeah.
The golden sheep in the basement.
Yeah.
Oh, dear me.
I screamed and cried, but I knew I couldn't ask anyone for help. If anyone had seen it, they would have known it was the work of magic, and I knew Margaret was coming back.
It's terrible.
Then my mother and father's faces flashed before my eyes. We may have been very poor, but always happy together. Had I been captured as a witch, I feared my parents probably wouldn't be safe either. Thought time meant me more than anything. And so, I made the decision. Decided to enter my own life.
Oh.
Threw myself into the river near the town. It was winter, and the water was cold as ice. Couldn't even move. It was painful. My consciousness started drifting away. Next thing I knew, I was in Master Belduke's residence. He risked his own life jumping into the freezing river to save me. I burst into tears and told him everything. I don't want to go back home. I would only end up causing my parents grief. Master Belduke listened to me without interrupting, and then he told me this.
May I?
Yeah.
Or actually,
Do it.
should I do it, or should you do it as you saying? Oh, hell to it. You can stay here.
Whatever. I'm
From
down
now
with
on,
whatever.
you must live as a boy.
Master Belduke met with my parents and explained everything to them. They were very sad. They agreed it would be best if I didn't return home. Master bought the house for my parents so they wouldn't have to worry about paying rent anymore.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That is sweet.
As for Margaret, turned to gold, he brought her to his residence. He knew that if anyone saw her, they would report an incident of witchcraft.
And this Miss Margaret, Is she still in that golden state?
Yes, she is.
That's strange. We have received no reports of anyone by that name having gone missing.
Margaret is being kept in the basement under Master's study.
The basement? Correct me if I'm wrong, but this Margaret, is she,
Yes, my dear friend. It was a goat that we were keeping at our house.
That's a goat.
Goat.
Until then, Master Belduke had mainly been researching medicine. Since the incident with Margaret, he came to be known as an alchemist.
so that's when he became an alchemist. I was wondering why the goat was the only thing not covered in dust.
So I started a new life as Master Belduke's butler.
Sir Bilduke would sometimes work as a physician, curing townspeople of their illnesses. As his assistant, you have also shown commitment to helping the townspeople through your work.
Forgot about being a witch and was able to live happily at peace with everyone. I thought it could stay like that forever.
Those peaceful days came to an abrupt end. Tell us, what in the world was the cause?
I'm not quite sure what led to this. Even I'm not quite sure what led to this. However, it all started 3 months ago. With that lightning strike. Master Belduke and I were on our way back home, carrying specimens for our experiments. An old bell tower appeared in the flames. Everyone who saw it was stupefied. The expression on Master Belduke's face was unlike anything I'd ever seen before.
What do you mean?
His face went pale and twisted in sheer terror. He was shaking violently. It wasn't just astonishment at an unusual phenomenon. It seemed as if he was afraid of something more concrete.
Perhaps your bad looks out something that others couldn't.
He cancelled his experiments for that night and began writing a letter to someone.
A letter.
I found out about it when I brought him his bottle of tomato juice. He was writing feverishly, as if he were possessed. I saw some things. A few words in that letter. expose everything. Cannot keep this secret any longer. The truth about the witch. Master Belduke was going to confess that I was a witch.
No, I don't think so.
Everything went black in front of my eyes. I will never forget the feeling that overwhelmed me at that moment.
Is that when you decided to commit the crime?
What I did first was accidentally singe a part of the wall in my room. It was an excuse to paint that section of the wall green.
Then you also painted the wall behind that painting in Sir Belduke's study.
When that fateful night came, I used a syringe to inject a soporific through the cork and into the bottle of tomato juice. So many thoughts were running through my head as I wished Master a good night. I opened the portal behind him. He was right there, in front of me, asleep. I reached for the letter in the letterbox, taking care not to wake him. And then I happened to notice the name on the envelope. Storyteller. When I read that name, the world all around me turned black once more. It's impossible to avoid what was written by the storyteller. It seemed as if I could hear the doors to all escape routes shutting closed. It was the sound of despair. I would like you to believe me. But the thought of taking Master Belduke's life never once occurred to me. I only planned to steal that letter and then disappear. But as I looked upon Master sleeping there in front of me, that moment I felt an evil presence awaken within me. Why did he save my life? And why did he betray me? Before I realized what I was doing, my hands were clutching at his neck. He didn't move at all, so I kept clenching his neck. That's it. That's the truth about what happened 3 months ago.
There's just one thing I fail to understand.
Yes?
You said you wanted to run away once you had stolen the letter. Yet despite that, you continued to live in Sir Baldrick's residence, and now here you stand. Why did you not run away?
My life had been thrown into disarray due to the use of magic. I'd learned all about alchemy living at Master's residence. Alchemy is concerned with the logic that governs the world. I wanted to believe that there truly was such a thing. So I stayed at that place, hoping to one day see the rational nature of magic, overcome by the power of reason.
Magic being overcome by reason.
That night, I swapped the letter with blank sheets of parchment and waited for the sun to rise. I resolved to wait for the day when my true identity could be exposed through reason and logic. Master's death remained a mystery for 3 months. People started to lose interest. And then you appeared, Mr. Wright.
Hmm?
On the day that you visited the residence, I was listening to a conversation from the other room. Has the time finally come for me? My heart was racing with anticipation. Then, a few minutes after everyone entered that room, an unbelievable incident took place.
That incident.
A witch appeared in Master's study.
What?
I wanted to get a look at the witch, so I created a portal in the wall behind the painting. Precisely at that moment, Golda. I don't know who said it. So.
That's right.
The witch used one of the very spells that I can use too. I heard those words. When I heard those words, a single word flashed through my mind. This was my chance. I could dispose of my witch's scepter. I knew at that time what kind of witch the Inquisition would be looking for. A witch that can use... Oh, no.
A witch
Nope.
that can use Familiar, Alia, and Guldor.
It occurred to me that I only needed to change one of the magic gems. I had previously found out that the Familiar gem was purple. I realized that if I swapped the Godor magic gem for my amethyst, I could pin the blame for my crime on that other witch.
So you changed one of the gems and threw the witch's scepter to that room. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Objection!
Objection. Wait a minute, John Greyerl. This statement of yours is highly problematic.
How so, Inquisitor Barnum?
Yes, you're right.
Can someone explain to me what this is about?
I am a witch indeed. A sinful creature that killed the person to whom she owed her life. However, regarding the gentleman standing next to you, Mr. Wright, you may have fallen victim to a witch, but that witch was not me.
Ah,
Oh. Wait, what? Order of the court. What is the meaning of this?
Young Greyerl admits killing Sir Beldick, but not to turning Sir Layton into gold. I forgot a word. That's the gist of it, my lord.
But lying about it is meaningless.
lying?
Just being a witch is a crime in itself. And the punishment for that crime is the same, regardless of whether she took one person's life or two. That's why there's no point in lying about it. I'm sure that's what the judge is thinking.
Greyerl is still claiming she never laid a finger on the professor. There's no point in lying. Does that mean she must be telling us the truth?
So, in that case, who's responsible for what happened to the professor? If it wasn't her, then who was it?
Mind if I say something?
Yes, I
Yes,
do
actually.
mind.
Yeah, no, we do.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Take a hint, witness.
oh wow, Rick.
Read the room, punching bag.
Does it feel like this is the right moment for you to talk?
Yeah, well, that's kind of why I was staying quiet until now. But I either say it now or never.
I'd prefer never.
Ugh. Don't simply fall silent after saying that. It only makes its way on my mind more. Whatever did you want to say? Oi, Bluey,
Hmm? Yes?
I need to make sure about something. My head's not what it used to be, you know.
Yes?
The juice talking.
The Alchemist's butler, Lady Butler, she slipped sleep medicine into his drink.
That's correct. She laced his tomato juice with it.
And then she strangled the Alchemist afterwards.
Yes, Sir Belduke was unconscious from the sleep medicine, so he couldn't resist.
And that explains why you found no signs of a struggle at the crime scene.
Yeah, about that. I let us slip earlier what I did at the crime scene, right? I told you that, a few sips of that juice.
And the sleep medicine mixed in made you sleep like a log. Yes, we remember.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. It's just between us, okay? You see, when I appropriated the juice bottle was, well, still unopened.
It was unopened?
Ah, my throat was parched and I wasn't thinking straight. A brand new bottle was just there, waiting for me with corkscrew conveniently laid next to it.
Suspicious.
I just couldn't let it go to waste. I swiftly pulled the cork out and got drinking.
What?
So, in case you don't get what I'm getting at, the Alchemist
Took something else.
didn't have a single drop of the juice with the sleep medicine.
Huh?
There was no drugs at all.
Alchemist took something way stronger than just sleep medicine.
Witness, you went to the trouble of opening a bottle found at a crime scene just to drink its suspicious contents? That's what I've been telling you. I was dying of thirst.
The worst part is that this is not even the first time that evidence has gone missing that way.
That doesn't justify what you've done.
Objection!
Objection! The Inquisition shall deal with this witness after the trial. You will find out what it means to be dying of thirst in a more literal meaning. However, let us not waste any more time with him now. The witch has confessed to her crimes. There is no need to investigate Sir Baldur's death any further.
Indeed, you're right, Inquisitor. Her role in Sir Layton, it is not entirely clear. The person who kills her protector, to whom she owes her very life, can be nothing other than a witch. Court has sufficient grounds to sentence her as such.
Beldu didn't drink the juice that night. If that's true, there's one thing that doesn't add up.
Mr. Wright! I have to say there's something about this that's bothering me. I'm sure there's a contradiction lurking in that man's testimony.
Think so?
Can I really turn a blind eye to that?
Of course not.
Mister, you're saying you opened the tomato juice bottle?
What do you mean?
Don't care. But that claim contradicts a certain piece of evidence.
No, I just think it occurs to me, he always refers to them as like Sir Surname or Miss whatever, except Amir. It's always just Mr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Defense, I'd like a word with you.
Oh dear.
Yes, Your Honor?
At this point, your client's innocence has already been established. Therefore, whether there's contradiction in that man's testimony or not, should no longer be of your concern.
That may be so, Your Honor. But even though I'm here to defend the accused, the true duty of an attorney is to uncover the truth behind what happened.
Exclamation mark.
My job's not done until there's no more contradictions left.
Very well. Sir Blue Knight, let us hear about this contradiction you have discovered.
Ball was first opened by that guy. Meaning Beldu didn't drink any of it.
Wait, he doesn't even refer to us. It's always that guy or Mr.
It's
Never.
that guy. And Barnum consistently just calls him witness.
Yep.
Yeah.
That means there's one piece of evidence that should be very difficult to explain.
I would like to hear this contradiction too. The defense will present evidence. Where is the contradiction in this
The
witness
streak
having...
of tomato juice on his mouth.
Yeah.
No, because that means that's blood or something.
Take a look around.
Yeah.
Is it the powder? How would you have gone into the bottle otherwise?
Burr? Yes, Burr?
Sorry, never mind. I thought it was the bottle that's clearly visible here.
Ah.
That's a very good point.
But I don't know, because that guy could have just put it back there after he had a few sips.
I think it's the powder. If he went over to grab it, wouldn't he have gone through the powder? Wouldn't that have shown?
That's true, yeah.
Take that!
The contradiction
right
can
there,
be seen
yeah.
on one of the sketches of the crime scene.
in one of the sketches.
Please take a look at Sir Belduke's mouth.
Oh.
Oh, you're right, Bert. There you go.
We can see a line of red liquid trickling down from his mouth.
Yes, well, we've already established that, which is tomato juice. Oh!
Exactly, Your Honor. Sir Belduke didn't drink any of the tomato juice that night.
Objection!
Objection. Which means there's only one other possibility. That red line is, as we thought first of all, blood. So Belduke must have tried to fight back the assailant and bit his tongue in doing so.
Objection!
Unfortunately, that would only bring us back to the problem we encountered earlier.
Earlier.
No signs of struggle.
If the victim had put up a fight, then there should have been traces of a struggle at the crime scene. No such traces were found. That's what made you assume the witch must have used Formalia.
That is so... Ah, fuck.
We're going in circles.
As I explained before, Mr. Belduke didn't struggle at all at the time. But when I think about it now, in light of that new information, it was very unnatural.
The victim didn't drink the soporific, yet didn't struggle.
But what in the... What does this mean? If it's not tomato juice nor blood brought about through a struggle within the murderer, then what else could it be?
Since it's not tomato juice, we have to assume it's blood after all.
Yeah, right, it's gotta be that.
Who asked
Unless
your
it's-
opinion?
Unless it is another poison that he took.
We have ruled out the possibility that the victim bit his tongue while struggling with the attacker.
Indeed.
Then there's got to be a different reason for that blood being there. He must have suffered internal bleeding that was somehow connected to his death. What could have caused it?
It's fine, it's where the blood is supposed to be.
Your Honor, if I may ask one question.
A question to whom?
Just clarify one suspicion, and maybe it'll explain the blood shown in the sketch. That's why I need to question one person in particular.
I think Amir.
I think Amir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Mister, can I ask you something?
Yeah, don't give me that scary look, Bluey. I know nothing. Nothing at all. I've got nothing to tell.
Amir's innocence is a little lamb, but his confidence more than a sham. He'd be better off without that bard. So would I. It's, sort of a 10 now.
And that went
You
to
drank-
Forfall.
You drank the tomato juice that was at the crime scene, right?
Don't keep asking me about that over and over again. So what if I did?
Then I have another question for you. Did anything else disappear from the crime scene that day?
Maybe the sound of the bottle.
What the hell is he drinking out of?
I just assume that's a yes.
I didn't notice anything.
Objection!
Objection! Witness. Just what have you done this time? You look like a dog out making a mess on the carpet.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I don't like you.
I don't know anything about a gun missing. I'm innocent, please believe me.
I don't like you either.
Truth could drown in his swimming eyes. Some tell lies well, others cannot tell lies. Looks like my gut feeling was right. Took something from the crime scene. Something that could directly connected. Something that could be directly connected to that red liquid around Belduke's mouth.
What on earth did that man steal from the crime scene?
Quite a lot. A certain item disappeared from the crime scene that day. And at this very moment, it's highly likely that that item is right in front of our very eyes.
What? It's here?
Isn't that right, mister?
Drifting was right
Is,
over.
is it? Oh, I have no idea. Defender, I order you to show us what this item is. The item that this witness took from the crime scene.
Well, thank God I can stay still for this bit.
But, yeah, I think I called it.
Mister, please walk in a straight line.
Got it.
Hold that pose and walk in a straight line, please.
I don't think he would even pass the touch and nose part.
It's this bottle.
The bottle?
Miss Greyerl, I'd like you to clarify something for me.
What would that be, Mr. Wright?
Sir Belduke was working on creating certain medicines. He had various dangerous substances in his possession as well. How are they stored?
Master kept them locked in a medicine cabinet. The bottles were labelled so that it was clear they were dangerous. This was a stupid fucking decision. They have all been confiscated.
As for those labels, did they resemble the label on that guy's bottle?
Wait, you noticed it now?
Mister? What are you doing with the product of Master's research?
He's been drinking it throughout.
It's not what you think. I didn't have any evil intentions or nothing.
This bottle belonged to Master. It was used to store strong poison. Yeah. Poison strong enough to kill.
Poison?
What?
The red liquid trickling down Sir Belduke's mouth was definitely blood. Now, as for what caused him to bleed like that from his mouth, it was the deadly poison from the bottle this guy stole from the crime scene.
This is outrageous.
What?
Ebed, quick question. How long do we have left?
Probably very shortly. We'll probably get this case over quite quickly. Hopefully in the next 15, 13 minutes.
I think we got this then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just for, references. Don't worry.
Order! 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 Whoa! Did you expect me just to keep quiet? It was poison! Poison! Am I gonna die?
Objection.
One can only hope.
Objection! Just wait and see.
Fuck around
Yeah.
and find out.
I guess.
More importantly, I want to know why you have that bottle.
Well, let's say, remember how I told you I drank the Alchemist tomato juice?
Yes.
Indeed, it's not something easy to forget, especially having heard it several times. Well, that was when I saw it on the floor, this bottle right here. It was totally empty, and I thought, you know, it's such a fancy-looking bottle and all. I'm a bit of a skull fancier. They have this air of danger about them, right?
Skull enjoyer.
I
certainly
suddenly
do.
feel kind of called out.
So, since it was there and I was there too, I felt like we were kind of meant for each other. I thought this bottle's so classy, I could die for it.
You very well might.
No, but like seriously, that was my "it's not a face, mom" face. So,
Had any poison been left in the bottle, you would have died instantly. It was empty, it was probably harmless.
Oh, yeah, that I'm gonna live. Good thing I rinsed it well before use.
you would have been dead long along.
But if the victim was killed by poison, that raises a new question, of course.
Who could have poisoned him?
Considering all the evidence and the testimonies we've heard today, the answer is so close, I could taste it. Sir Belduke was poisoned by...
Himself.
Himself.
It was, of course, Sir Belduke himself.
Sir Belduke himself?
Sir Belduke took the poison of his own will. His death was suicide.
Objection!
Objection. That is preposterous. A suicide inconceivable.
Objection!
Inconceivable.
Think about it, Inquisitor. That would explain the most unnatural aspect of his death.
I actually kept hearing it as that Lemonhead guy, but I think that's unacceptable.
It is.
Unacceptable!
The most unnatural aspect.
Miss Greyerl, when you were strangling Sir Belduke, he put up no fight whatsoever, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
You were strangling a corpse.
Till today, I was convinced it was due to things.
It wasn't, because he didn't take any. Truth is, when you gripped his throat, Sir Belduke was already dead. He had poisoned himself.
Actually, I think in modern science, at least they can tell when strangulations happen, like before or after death.
Yeah. The key phrase being in modern science.
Just a tidbit.
But would the poison have caused him to bleed from his mouth?
I personally know of no poison that works instantly and causes such symptoms.
Oh, you don't?
Then again, I'm not a scientist.
You can't just tell them that it happens on TV all the time.
A what?
Exactly.
There are certain plants in this area that contain highly poisonous substances. In the course of his research, Master Belduke found a way to extract that poison.
What am I hearing? Is there really such a dangerous plant in Labyrinthia?
Oh, please be Nightshade.
The poison is very bitter to taste, so it would be impossible to secretly slip into someone's food or drink. It would cause internal damage. It's a powerful, very powerful poison.
Yeah, sounds like Nightshade or maybe Hemlock.
Yeah. Tricky, it would induce the most painful death.
And to think Sir Belduke could...
But Sir Belduke really choose such an agonizing death for himself? seemed like he suffered that much.
I'd like to know that too.
Miss Greyerl.
You mean to say that Master killed himself after exposing me as a witch? But he just wouldn't commit suicide.
Indeed, we cannot take such a theory. At face value. I know my word. Had he committed suicide, I dare say he would have left a suicide note. Wait a minute.
I can't see why Sir Belgic committed suicide, but I think there's a piece of evidence that can confirm his suicide was a possibility.
There is a piece of evidence like that. You know, for someone who tells Amir off for not listening, Barnum.
If you have such evidence, you ought to present it to the court immediately. Present the evidence indicating that Sir Beldic's death could have been suicide.
Take that!
Dun dun dun.
That's Sir Beldic's letter? Let's see. It was addressed to the storyteller, wasn't it?
This is the last letter written by Sir Belgic. Now, if his death was a suicide, then this letter may well be a suicide note.
Objection!
Objection. What we have here is nothing more than blank sheets of parchment. Whether or not there was a suicide note is something we can only speculate about. Also, wow, man really went, you can't fire me, I quit.
That's right. But there's one person who knows whether this letter was really about suicide.
Well,
You mean the person who swapped its contents? In other words, you, John Greyerl.
Witness, you stole Sir Beldic's letter on the night of the crime. Tell us, what was written in it?
I don't know.
What? You don't know?
I did steal the letter, yes. But I don't know what its contents were.
You mean you have not read it?
I can't bring myself to read it. It seemed that if I did, everything that had happened since Master Belgic saved my life would be ruined in an instant. I've taken it out and had it in my hands many times. Never, no matter what, I just couldn't.
Can you tell us where the letter is now?
I have it here.
Oh,
But you're carrying it around with you? If you were searched, you would have been done for.
At night, we killed Master Belgic and I decided to stay in his residence. I know my identity would be revealed sooner or later, and I was ready for it.
Exclamation.
So until that time, I decided to always keep the letter with me. Lord,
yes, witness.
if you don't mind, could you please read it aloud? Lord, I'm here, in this place of judgment. I know my identity would be revealed sooner or later, and I was ready for it. So until that time, I decided to always keep the letter with me.
Hold it!
Miss Greyerl, I think you should be the one to read it.
Me?
Sir Belgic wrote a letter to the storyteller as he was preparing to die. I think it's only right his last words should be read by you.
Yes, you're right. I see. I understand. Please allow me to read the letter aloud.
I don't want to do this. Do you want to do it with you as Greyerl? Or shall I do it as Beldu?
I think you should do it as Beldu.
Okay. Voice for Beldu. My dear friend, hope you will be able to forgive me for leaving this world of my own will. I have finally made this decision, having seen that accursed bell tower appear in flames on that dreadful night. That lightning was a sign that we have angered the gods. What I've done cannot be forgiven. I can never escape from it. The past few days, I've been thinking it might be best to simply expose everything. This town's secret. The truth about the witch. Of course, I understand that secrets need to be kept. However, I've grown very tired. I'm afraid I cannot keep this secret any longer. I've only two concerns. The first is my daughter. It pains me to be leaving her alone in this world, although she probably doesn't think of me as her father.
A daughter?
I was not aware that Sir Beldic had a daughter.
Mr. Belduke seems to know a lot about this town. This town's secrets. And the truth about the witch.
Truth about the witch? Somehow I don't think he's talking about Miss Greyerl.
Aww. Seeing her growing up so strong and righteous, in defiance of her fate, had given me hope. A short while ago, she brought me my usual, and will be my last drink. There are so many things I wanted to tell her. But I could only manage to thank you. She's a very sharp child. If I said any more, she would have caught on. You could call me a selfish man. I didn't wish my last memory of her to be a sad one.
Mr. Belduke.
Okay.
Fate handed to her by this town has made her life no dear until now. From the bottom of my heart, what a wonderful story awaits her next. I intend to leave my residence to her, and I would like you to look out for her.
Alas, it's time for me to put my pen down, my dear friend. What I truly wish to express to you is too complicated for words. I hope one day you will understand. But for now, I bid you farewell. The time has come for me to go.
Hmm.
This letter. It wasn't a denunciation of me being a witch. Master Belduke. Nope.
Master Belgic cared about you until the very end.
Yes. How could I have forgotten?
Lord.
What is it, Inquisitor Barnum?
I think it's about time. For the guilty verdict.
Guilty?
The Inquisition withdraws the charges against Maya Fey. And charges John Greyerl with being a witch. All the evidence corroborates this accusation, and she even admits her guilt.
Wow. Well, that's something.
Yeah.
Hence, the Inquisition asks that the witch be found guilty and punished immediately.
Objection!
Like, empathy was that.
Not so fast, Inquisitor Barnum.
What do you want now, Sir Blue Knight?
Admittedly, Miss Greyerl did attempt to strangle Sir Belgic. But he had consumed a deadly poison and was already dead at the time. Therefore, she is not guilty of murder. And one more thing. It also wasn't Miss Greyerl who turned Professor Layton into gold. There was another witch present at the crime scene. The defendant Maya saw her too. To put it simply, Miss Greyerl didn't kill anyone.
But it doesn't matter. They want to punish her for being a witch, not a killer.
Maya speaking up.
Yeah, she'd kill anyone, and yet you still want to burn her?
Maya,
Do you even know how it feels to be put in this cage? It's like everyone's against you, and it's super frightening. I'm not a witch. But I've been thrown into this cage and almost sentenced for something I didn't do.
Again.
And now you're about to do the same to another person? It's just not right.
Is that all you have to say?
Huh?
The one who is in the wrong is not me, but you, Sir Blue Knight. Whether the witch committed a crime or not is completely irrelevant. This is the witches' court. All witches must be punished by fire.
But that's crazy.
why? Why, Barnum?
Inquisitor Barnum is absolutely right. Being a witch is a crime. You understand that, don't you, Miss Greyerl?
Yes.
Very well, then. The court is ready to issue the final verdict. Maya Fey is found innocent, and in her place, John Greyerl is found guilty of being a witch and shall be cast into the fire.
Please, what the verdict?
Isabella.
Can I throw this potato to someone else at this point?
What is it now, Spella Cantabella?
There is nothing else we can do. This is the
Sorry,
course of things.
Did you want that?
We'll be wrapping up soon, as you were getting to an end point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're good.
It's the course of things, and you should know it well.
Indeed. All witches shall be cast into the flames. That is the law of this town. A law that was written by your very own father. And furthermore, a law that has always been obeyed in the town of Labyrinthia.
This should never exist in the first place.
What? Such insolence!
It's heresy! Just criticizing the storyteller's story!
Even the storyteller's daughter has no right to criticize the story.
Trials in which innocent people are sentenced to death by fire. I shall make sure this is the last one.
What do you mean, Isabella?
Since you're also keen on the rules created by the storyteller, you should know exactly what I mean. The stipulation for ending the witch trials. Once the great witch Bazella is burned, the witch trials will end. At present, I am under suspicion. You know very well what it is, don't you?
You don't mean that you're...
I am Cat. I am the great witch Bazella.
What?
Now cast me into the flames, and let Miss Greyerl free.
Miss Cantabella!
Nope, that was the wrong voice.
Show me the last of the witch trials. No one else needs to be burned hereafter.
Isabella, what are you saying? I can't let you do that.
Please, Mr. Wright. Let me do as I wish. I'm sorry. This is a problem concerning the people of Labyrinthia.
No, please don't do it!
There must be another way! You don't need to do this!
It's alright. Look, Maya. Mr. Wright, that is something. I truly appreciate all you have done for me.
This can't be happening.
Miss Cantabella, your confession will have very serious, or rather, fatal consequences for you. May we assume that you'll fully understand the consequences and are willing to accept them?
I am a spell company. Storyteller. But I also have another name. I am the Great Witch Bazella. I have lived hidden in the dark pages of my father's story, deceiving all of you. Many lives have been sacrificed because of me. That shall end today.
Court attendants, seize that woman. She is the Great Witch, Bazella.
Yes, sir.
Spella.
Oh boy.
Maya!
Help me, Nick! Estella! Quick, in here!
Stop! You've got to stop! Maya!
Oof.
To be continued.
You know, I thought they weren't dying. Now I'm positive that they're not dying.
But damn, what a thing to be
I know,
continued on.
cool ending. Cool ending.
Yep.
There's no
Yeah.
fucking way that Maya's dead. But
this-
cool ending.
This is why I was pushing for us to go into
Yeah.
the very end, and what an end!
Mm.
What an end to this episode. As next time,
Yeah.
next week on City Voices. Well, actually, is it next week? Are you here, Div? Well, you're not here.
I'm here next week.
You're here next week.
Is the one I'm-
Next week, we start A Taste of Despair.
I mean,
5.
I might not be needed. Again.
Well, we'll see.
Or
Perhaps we'll see. We're not going to read this. We're going to carry it out. Thank you for everyone for being here. I want to thank the cast one last time before ending. Burr,
Sleepy.
Drifting,
Oh god, I found out.
Kay,
Bye.
Laura,
I got nothing. See ya.
Fleming,
Ciao for now.
and Divot.
Burn, baby, burn.
Run, baby, burn. Good night, everyone.
Y'all are evil.
She'll be fine. There's more
I'm
games
friends with
set
you
in the
people.
future. She'll be fine.